YouTube, is your favorite game here, Above Average Cody, coming at you with part 2 of our full analysis of the Optic versus C9 Grand Finals from Orlando this past weekend, guys. Part 1, we did Map 1 and Map 2, the Aquarius CTF and the Slayer Livefire, both of which Optic won. If you missed that, I'll link in the description, guys. Go check out Part 1 for Maps 1 and 2. And today we are going over Maps 3, 4, and 5. Cloud9 actually ends up winning the Recharge King of the Hill, and then Optic wins the Stronghold Streets and the Slayer Catalyst. So there's only 5 maps in the series, of course, and Optic ends up winning 4-1. So we're going to jump right in, guys, to King of the Hill Recharge. And there is actually something I want you to pay attention to. Obviously, we're doing this to help you guys improve your gameplay, be it through either the strats the teams use or pointing out certain things in the pros gameplay to look for, guys. In the last part 1, I pointed out big time on Aquarius how much Optic had the middle map control. So with that in mind, guys, and with C9 winning this map, I want you to pay attention to how well Cloud9 controls the middle of the map, because this map is very similar to Aquarius in regards to how much controlling the middle of the map really leads to a team winning no matter the strategy here. Now, you see some even trades at the beginning, but C9 gets on the hill early. Stellar with a massive kill on Lucid, and then, of course, Formal immediately after, so they have numbers. And then Stellar gets on the point, sits on the point, and I'm sure you guys have played plenty of King of the Hill already to know that if you get some hill time early, it makes the rest of the time very easy. And I've talked about this in some oddball analysis, guys. The more time you can get up on the enemy team, the less you have to freak out and kind of try to push the point. And generally, when you have two good teams, as good as Cloud9 and Optic in the frying department, guys, the team that's kind of just chilling, kind of keeping the pressure on and keeping the other on the back foot, generally has an easier time winning the map. So, all right, focus more on the individual play, guys. Here we have Cloud9. Obviously, they're the only ones with any time on P1 so far, and they're actually finding most of the kills so far. It's still early, but we've got APG, 0 kills, only 1 kill from Trippy and Lucid, 3 amazing fires. Obviously, Formal's picking up a lot of the kills so far, but Optic's just having trouble getting control. You see Bound grab the shock rifle, and any of these players with the shock rifle, guys, is dangerous. You see he's playing by Needler, a very strategic point. He's not only above the hill currently, but he can see everywhere pretty much in the middle of the map. Luckily, Lucid finds the kill on him pretty easily, drops on the point, and then Optic's able to kind of dig their feet in finally. And this is really the first time in the map so far that they can kind of slow down and enjoy a little bit of map control. You see they're trying to get control here while also soaking up some point time. But sadly, C9's able to pick up a quick 2 kills, and as you can see, they flood the point. They already know where Trippy is. He's over by Energy Sword, so they're going to try to flush him out. You see Bound and Stellar going for the pinch in case Trippy is able to get the kills on point. That was a really good way to play Trippy. It sucks that they gave up 2 kills to him, but that's why they go for the pinch, guys. And if you guys play in a full squad, you have to be playing that way. The moment somebody is called out, you do not just push into their line of sight. Either send 1 person, 2 people to wrap around, and you get what's called a pinch. I'm sure most of you already know that, especially if you've been on the challenge for a while. 2 biggest things the pros do, guys, are the bait and switch and pinching. Those are the 2 biggest strats, whether you're in a group of 2 or a group of 4. Very, very crucial. But once again, guys, you see Formal trapped, can't really get a view of mid-map, can't even get a view of the point, and they're just hunting him. Now they're hunting APG. They know where the team's spawning, guys. C9 just in the driver's seat. I'll spoil it for you guys. They're in the driver's seat pretty much the entire game. I think that's why Halo's such an amazing game, because if you watched part 1 of our analysis, guys, Optic was just completely in the driver's seat, absolutely smoking C9 for the most part. In the kill department, the assists were crazy. But Halo's amazing because it's impressive how quickly it can totally flip. And then, as you can see, C9 looks like the team in the driver's seat here, guys. Eco literally just running around in batteries watching mid-map. Trippy luckily gets the pick on him there. But you can't just let players run around uncontested in the middle of the map there. APG picks up a nice kill right there. And now Penguin's kind of playing slow. He knows where most of the Optic squad is, and obviously pushing through C-Plat. So now he's going to get on point, try to help out with Lucid here. And there it is, the bait and switch. So if you saw there, Lucid ducked back behind the wall just in time for, I believe that was Formal, to come flying in and finish the kill. That's a textbook bait and switch. And for the most part, the kills aren't going in favor of C9. They're actually going in favor of Optic right here. They're completely wiped. Now Eco's going to go slow, hopefully wait for some teammates to spawn up. Formal does not know Eco's back there, so he gets kind of caught out trying to chow. But it's just trade after trade after trade. The reason it's so messy is because with how long C9 had the map control, it's been Optic just flying, trying to either get point time or get the upper hand in kills, which makes for a pretty crazy game, honestly. But I mentioned in part 1, guys, these are 2 literal top 4 teams every single event. Obviously, it's top 2 for this event because this is a grand final, but they're just so good, so don't expect your gameplay in, like, diamond lobbies to be looking like this, guys. These 2 teams have nonstop action, nonstop frying, and they're always putting in damage. It's actually insane how quick their heads are on a swivel at all times. But right now, very hard point. They're seriously fighting for it. Penguin trying to get some sneaky time here. Somebody else jumping up and sneak, trying to get an angle on C-Plat. He's got Bound there helping him. Eco does, and now they're just going to get on time here. And it's looking like so far this is where they're going to finish the point. Optic's going to make one more push kind of like halfway towards the map, because the idea here is they know they already lost the point, guys, so they're going to post up in middle map and towards the next point because they're down 2-0. They need to post up and hold P3 the best they possibly can, which they're doing okay for now. The only downside is, again, the team that gets up early on time is usually the team that ends up getting the point, and they're really not getting that much point time. C9's doing just enough to kind of keep it slow, because King of the Hill points can get capped very quickly if the other team is not keeping the pressure on them. But as you can see, Optic gets halfway through the hill. Lucid, not even near the point, down in pit, gets naded by Eco. Eco gets the double by killing Formal there. And it's not a good sign for Optic, because that means only 2 up and both are on point. So C9 knows where they are. They're just going to collapse in. Bound finds one. Eco's on the point. And then there goes APG. Stellar picks up another kill on Lucid. And just as quickly as Optic got control of that point, they actually lost that point. But again, you could see how quickly they racked up the time, and they're ahead on the hill. So they might go a little bit slower here to try to finish off that hill. But you see Lucid and APG, I believe that is, waiting for the spawns to come up. And as the spawns come up, they get absolutely evaporated by Cloud9. I believe this is the point where Optic is, they're not panicking, make no mistake, because they are up 2-0, guys, but this is pretty much the point where Optic has to go full, like, push mode to even have a hope of winning this map and kind of get going for the next map. Because basically at this point, guys, Optic can turn around at any point, and C9 could easily just put their foot on the gas and win. But Optic's going to try to just do their best to gain some momentum at the end of this map to kind of go in with a head of steam into next map, because C9 up 3-0, guys, 2.5 minutes left, and this point is a very hard one to cap. It's very similar to, I believe, P5 on Streets, where it's very highly contested at all times. So Optic is going to try to get some kills here. They'll see what they can do for point time. But from a pro mindset, guys, again, they're kind of anticipating losing this map, because 2.5 minutes to cap 4 points, or at least 3 points and go to OT, very unlikely. Well, actually, there is no OT in King of the Hill. They just replay the whole map. But as you can see, C9 just frying around the hill. The clock does stop if you get on time here. The reason C9 gets on the time is because they do not want Optic to have more time than them on the hill, really. And if you have control of the area, you may as well just get on and soak up some time. But realistically, the clock's ticking down. You can see a half a minute already went by on this point, so we're down to 2 minutes. C9 just dancing around. They're just going to put in shots, make Optic back up, because here they don't need hill time because they want the clock to dwindle down. Trippy makes an amazing play to stay alive here, by the way. We saw that in the top 15 Optic plays video. But as I was saying, guys, C9's just going to play slow. They're going to play off the point to keep the clock ticking. Optic is going to try to keep pushing and stay on time here as much as possible to, of course, stop the clock, because, again, now we've lost 40 seconds, guys. Minute 50 left. Trippy with a nice life here over by the hill. Everybody else really just trying to get over to help him. Trippy had himself a bit of a game for what it was, 17 and 14. APG did sadly struggle quite a lot with 7 kills and 16 deaths at this point in the game, but neither here nor there, guys. We're down to a minute and a half left in the game. Again, C9 just absolutely playing wherever they think they can live up the best, putting in good damage. APG doing a good job trying to get away there, but again, he's just, they're all just, they're taking damage from so many different angles, because again, this is what happens when a team can get the upper hand, guys. They have the luxury of going basically wherever they want. You know, at some point, Optic is going to find themselves over near the hill, but the trouble is C9 is up so much in this game, you really don't know where you're going to find them, and you see them hiding places like Control. They're hiding top C plat right here, and like, Optic can't even get to the point for long enough to really give a conceded effort on it. And C9, again, goes on to win this map. They don't even cap this hill here. The game does end on time. So what to take away from this, guys? You got to get out early and hot in King of the Hill, and for recharge specifically, mid-map control is massive, because you saw the example of when APG and Lucid were hiding on top glass. They were waiting for respawns, and the moment they poked out, guys, they both got eviscerated by 2 people shooting across map at them, and Optic was on the back foot. C9, great mid-map control. And they did a good job getting point time as often as they could. And again, once you get up, guys, it's the same thing with oddball. You don't always have to play the objective to finish the game, because sometimes that can result in you losing the game, because if the other team knows you're all on point, they're just going to throw nades, they're just going to kill you, and then you risk letting that team get back in the game. But you stay back, you fry them, you play off hill, you find the kills, and it results in a quite easy win with time dwindling down rather than capping the point at, like you see right here. So C9 gets 1 map. Optic up 2-1 in the series. Now the next map here, Strongholds on Streets, guys. Obviously C9 with the downhill spawn, if you will, meaning like the stairs. It's easier to get nades down into C hill rather than A hill. So Optic able to just really keep them pinned, move up, grab that spanker. Trippy brings it right up to B, which is a very good play. I don't know how he survived that. That would kill me 10 times out of 10 in ranked. But Trippy trying to be very careful and tricky with that final rocket, but of course he loses it. Good comms here for Penguin to get that kill onto Trippy there. Or not Trippy, whoever was coming around the corner there. Forgive me, I wasn't paying attention to the name. I was watching Penguin's positioning. But Penguin just holding down C, trying to get the cap in the process. Because the best strat for Strongholds, guys, is to hold down one or the other, A or C. But as the spawns get messed up, the enemy team will actually spawn on B if you play it correct, which is what C9 did. So they did the AC cap, which worked for a little bit. But obviously Optic finds the kills over there on A hill, and now they are pinned at C, which, if you guys don't watch a lot of pros, especially not a lot of Strongholds on Streets, pretty much the god hold is to pin the enemy team in C, because Tram is a very hard area to push out of, being the C hill area. And you see Penguin is here living up. He's doing a great job living up and getting the kills. But as Optic tries to move in, they're going to try to either kill Penguin off and spawn him B, or they're going to try to just pin them Tram. But to get the pin into Tram, you need to hold A and B, and Optic was just having trouble pushing B and getting control of it. Now you see the spawns flip here. Stellar caps A. So now they have the A-B hold, and they're going to wrap over, try to get control over the top for Spanker, and then go for C. Now the reason I don't always recommend this in the lower lobbies, guys, pushing the AC, because if you can hold B, it's much more ideal. But it's just working where they're out-rotating because they already had the AB. And again, I've said it nearly every map so far, these two teams play very fast. They're very good frying teams, and there's always gunfights going on, guys. So in a faster-paced game like that, it's more beneficial for teams to just keep doing the AC swap if they have B. Because standing in one place on B against a team like Optic, or vice versa, if you're Optic against C9, you are going to get absolutely fried if you just stand in one place on B like most people do in ranked pub lobbies. But you'll see very fast-paced. They're always moving. They're kind of testing their options. They see nobody's really protecting A, so Bound is going to try to get up here and be a little sneaky. But he sees Stellar there, so they're going to do the bait and switch. But sadly, Lucid is there ready to go with Stalker Rifle. And Lucid with the Stalker Rifle and the Bulldog, very, very dangerous combo. So as you can see, they're feeling confident. And now in this situation, they will attempt to hold B for as long as possible. Lucid, one of the top fryers in the league, guys, and he has two very good wall weapons. So he's confident enough to kind of dance around and hold the point. Meanwhile, everybody else trying to fry off the point. We have Formal holding the spawn back A, but we have Stellar attempting to push through Pink Street. But you see Lucid, he's suspicious. He knows somebody may be over there, so he puts the ping in. Just very good awareness, guys. And this is one problem a lot of people have on Streets is, although it is a very simple 3-lane map, It is very easy to lose awareness and keeping track of enemies, but that's one of the strong points of really any pro team is the call-outs and just kind of, they play so much of the game, guys, where they can kind of anticipate the spawns. Lucid senses somebody's either top tram or pink street. He likely got the call-out that they were moving pink street and the kills were going in their favor, so Lucid just steps up, grabs Stalker Rifle, waits to see what's going on, and he sees... they go one down, not too much going on here, and he's just going to get on and cap C flag. And then Trippy actually able to get Spanker there, and he lives up, so he's got one rocket to burn. Kind of whiffs it there. I don't know if he was going for the direct hit or trying to hit that pillar, but regardless, just kind of sends it, which isn't really that bad because, again, they're up. They've more than doubled C9's score at this point, so they have the luxury of kind of just living up and moving around. Trippy with a fantastic double kill there in tires. And right now, guys, you'll see it's the classic frying around the point. As the game goes on and they're doing better frying, Optic's feeling good. They've got a lot of momentum right now, so they're doing a little bit more frying over the hill rather than the pushing back and forth. And again, that allows C9 to move in, get the kills on B, and then cap B. But Optic puts their foot on the gas. They sprint over to A, and now you see Optic has the AC. And it seems like it's kind of just a ring around the rosy, but that really is how a lot of these pro strongholds games are, guys. Because, again, the teams are so good at frying, and they're very good at comms, and they're very good at predicting the spawn. So sitting in one place can very much get you in a very bad spot playing against a team as good as C9. So that's why these teams kind of keep their foot on the gas, push that third point. I don't recommend doing that in most of our lobbies, like Diamond, Onyx, early Onyx that is, because it'll end up looking very bad because you'll always be getting out-rotated, really. Because you think you have the upper hand, but you do not. So right now, C9 has control of the AC. Lucid just trying to live up here long enough on C. He has some help behind him. They're going to try to get the kill, but Penguin is actually lurking in front tram there, doing a good job living, moving around. C9 trying to get back in the game, and they're doing it pretty quickly here. As you can see, they've already gotten up to half of Optic's score, which it was not. They were not looking so fortunate a little bit. Penguin, unfortunate, could not get the melee trade out there, but luckily Bound is there to pick up the Trippy kill. And now you can see they're holding the AC. Optic put quite a bit of effort into trying to cap C flag, which did not work. They are spawning out B currently, I believe. C9 should know that. Stellar able to get the kill there at top C steps. And now Optic, not quite getting nervous, but they are definitely getting put on their heels for a second because now C9 makes the conceded effort to go get B, and now Optic has to panic, get A, and now C9 kind of has them. If they can pick up the kills here, they have them in a blender because they know where they're spawning. They have them pinned to 1/3 of the map in back A, and they're going to try to rat out. And as you can see, Eco anticipating the push through streets. And you have Lucid over there, and I believe that's Trippy down there in mid. They're really trying to move up, and he can barely not see Lucid, but somebody's back there with Stalker on C9 seeing him. And now C9 only down 30 points, still holding that BC, and it's definitely turning into much, much more of a game now. C9 picking up some kills, formally able to trade out Penguin there. But we're about to see a tied game. They're holding the CB, and again, teams will hold B on streets here if they can find the kills, and C9 found a lot of the kills. And now you see Optic, they see their opportunity to push up B, and they do get it. And then Optic also capping C, and sadly, C9 did not get the A cap yet. Now they're kind of in panic mode because they're getting triple capped. You do get 2 points for every second if you have the triple cap going. Still, nobody capping A. Optic just running away with the score right now. This is where C9 really has to go into panic mode, being down 2-1 in the series, guys. They're trying to just figure out who's where, but Formal, amazing reaction time, amazing aim. You know it. He's one of the best FPS players in the history of FPS, really, guys, and just absolutely laying down damage with that Stalker rifle. And when you have somebody doing that, guys, it's very hard for people on the enemy team to make a push. Spanker up in 2 or 3 seconds, but they know Formal's watching over with Stalker, so it's a very hard push to make. Meanwhile, now they have C. They only have C. C9 was able to move up to the AB cap. And then we're kind of going to see how Optic handles this mess. Penguin does end up pushing into C. And Stellar did grab rockets. I forgot to mention that. Gets a pretty nice double kill. He gets traded out, unfortunately, from Formal up in C. But as you can see, C9 still able to hold the AB. Fantastic thrust from Bound. Amazing fight win there. But again, Formal just looking over everything. The amount of damage Formal is pumping in is very dangerous for C9. And I think that was very crucial in Optic winning this game on the back half, because C9 got a lot of momentum in that stretch where they closed the, 100-point gap. So it was actually a good play for Formal just to slow down and kind of pump damage, because it did slow down the game. Right now, C9 holding the CB, but they're starting to get a little pinned in C, so you'll see they'll try to make the push out towards B a little bit because they can feel the pressure of getting pinched in. Lucid laying down some damage. 2 Optic back on A, Formal playing Pink Street, and we're about to see a tied game at 2:15. Not a great situation to be in for Optic. As you can see there, now they're attempting to avoid getting trapped A. Penguin gets killed with no trade, but Eco and Stellar find 2, so it's currently 2v3 on the map right now, with C9 scoring. Trippy, fantastic ratting. I'm not sure where he spawned on that one or if he just ratted all the way around, but he's able to push Stellar off B, the only one on B. And now just as quickly as Optic was on the back foot, they are now in the driver's seat. C9's able to push out, but as you can see, all of Optic was here. They're ready for the fights on B. Bound with a fantastic play, but to no avail. He was really the last one there, and now APG able to get that B cap, guys. 225, 219. Optic actually down right here at the end of the match. But APG holds point, puts enough damage for Lucid to move in. Eco actually able to find the kill onto Lucid, and now they just have to hurry up and try to get on that B cap to stop the score. But sadly, they let Optic get Spanker, guys. Eco gets blasted trying to kind of contest that Spanker. And now Optic, even though they are not scoring with the score this close to the end, Formal, a full Spanker, able to kill Bound with it. Bound and Penguin both find kills. Obviously one on Formal for the trade. Now they're going back C. APG gets killed there, but Penguin gets put down. And now Optic, the AC hold, even though Bound got his wins on B and he was able to grab B flag, he's not really able to go anywhere to stop the clock. And at this point, guys, that's game. And that was probably the most even map we saw, because obviously map 1 and 2, landslide for Optic. Map 3, bit of a landslide for C9, I'm really not going to lie, just because of the overall map control they had. But that map, guys, just an absolute burner of a map. Probably the most exciting one in the series. Extremely close. And with Optic coming out on top of that, I want to say that this is where they won the series. Because, again, to win such a close game like that, for Optic, massive confidence boost. For C9, a massive blow to the confidence, because now they're facing elimination. They have to win 3 maps in a row, guys. And overall, I'm not going to say they're nervous, but they really have to show up for this final Slayer Catalyst. And with the way Optic's been playing, guys, the way they did in the first Slayer, even the first CTF on Aquarius, and with an open mid-map just like this, you do not want to see Optic getting map control. Again, Optic does win the series here to spoil it, so you guys kind of know what to expect. But a lot of the way Optic likes to play this is they like to do a lot of distracting and then a lot of flanking for pinches, as I mentioned a lot in the first map we went over in this video, guys. But Optic comes out fast. Trippy and Bound get the trade out. Lucid gets another kill on the Penguin, so now it's already a 2-3, which on Catalyst is a very tough situation to be in. But here you go. You see APG pushing into a full 4 stack, so here comes a bit of a distraction. APG somehow finds a kill, still being a distraction. They know he's one shot there, and this allows Optic to kind of get better angles and kind of move in and flush them out. So therefore, you see Formal get the eco kill there, and now Bound and Stellar trying to hide and lay low. APG not sure where he is, but again, being a distraction, dude. Putting a couple shots, getting them to turn their head to look at him, and then he just goes and gets away. And in case you guys haven't been looking at the score, they go up 6-1 off of those plays, because this is what I've noticed Optic likes to do on Catalyst. Distract and then collapse. Distract and then collapse. I believe it was earlier in the weekend where we saw Trippy with an OS literally grapple across the entire map just to be a distraction. As you hear those BRs going off, Optic moves in. They play it very strategically. And if you ask me, and this isn't really a secret, Optic, best chemistry in the league, in my opinion. They found their roster early. They stuck with it early. Meanwhile, everybody else was blowing up their rosters in the middle of the year. And you can just seriously see it in their gameplay. And Catalyst is such a map that a bad team with good chemistry could easily beat a good team with bad chemistry, guys. And I'm not saying that's what this is. C9 still a very good team, but just Optic's chemistry is the best in the league, and it's really going to show through on this Catalyst. 6-2, guys. Optic playing very slow. They know they're already in the driver's seat. OS coming up in 5 seconds. They're just going to take their map control, guys. They're going to peek the angles, and they're just watching everything. C9, frankly, a little scared to push out, and Formal able to find their positioning very, very quickly. They get some kills there. They do start going down, but it's even trades for the most part until Trippy picks that one up. So through way of respawn, now it's 3-2 on the map for C9, but Optic still with the lead. Just turns into a bit of a slaughterfest here because, again, you'll see this a lot after teams play slow for a little bit, guys. They'll go into a bit of a slug match, and they'll see who comes out on top, see which way the trades go, which, frankly, this time they go in favor of C9 because they did close that gap a little tiny bit. They know and have a good feeling that most of the teams here on the left side moving up. Formal being very suspicious. He's not sure exactly where they are, but he hears Bound right below him. Puts in some very good damage. We'll see if somebody's able to pick up that kill. I don't believe so. Catalyst is it's hard to get away and very good to rat around at the same time, and the pros are obviously the best at it. They're the best at everything. That's why they're top in the world. But here you go. Formal with the commando, puts in some good damage, gets an assist there, calling out one of the best comms guys in the league. And then they pick up that Bound kill. They know the other two are lurking somewhere over here, guys, so they're going to push and try to collapse a little bit. Penguin able to pick up a kill on Lucid. And now APG kind of alone here. I don't think they know there's two there, but regardless, they push in. They find the kills, great plays, and they really don't get traded out too much, so it leads to a 7-kill lead, which, again, guys, Cloud9 on the back foot, not only in the series but also in the game. And now it's just Lucid pinging where they are. APG, entry frags, moving in, doing some distracting. He gets put down a little earlier than Trippy wanted. Trippy wanted to get into a bait and switch with him, but obviously APG goes down, so he's going to back up, try to live up. They're going to play slow. They're going to see where the APG spawn comes in. But Trippy and Lucid, two of the best friars in the league. Unfortunately, can't get the big wins there for the squad, but Formal with the skewer from the corner of the map. Just a very good shot. They see OS is up. They don't have to push it right away. They're going to play over it. It's not always necessarily grab an OS. It's also protected to make sure the other team doesn't grab it. But here we go. APG playing from the side here. They're actually only up 6 kills now. So they're just playing slow still. Keeping an eye out. Trippy pushes in. Absorbing some damage, quite a bit of damage here, but he has APG for help, he has Formal for help, and again, this isn't as big of an example of the distraction technique, guys, but they know Trippy is one bullet, and he's just distracting them, keeping them busy, and I believe the kills went 3-1 there, so 3 kills for Optic and 1 to Cloud9, so now you see C9 down 8 at this point. Now they're just going to look. They're going to wait for spawns to come up. And now C9's going to try something new here. You see Bound moving left while his other 3 teammates go to the right. The downside is how quickly they collapse on Bound. They see he's playing in an island. So now they're going, oh crap, where are the other 3? And they see Bound's playing solo. And then they're just going to live up. They're going to try to win these trades, win these gunfights. As you can see, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2. And then Formal able to get Stellar nearly one shot. Formal misses the grapple to go get him. But somehow they still come out on top, guys. So now they're up 8 kills. So there you saw C9 kind of try to do the same thing Optic was doing. It didn't work quite well because Bound didn't expect a trio/4 stack to push out on him. And the downside was they killed him so fast that the pinch didn't have time to come in and the distraction didn't really work too well. But again, that's Optic's chemistry. And then when they only found Bound there, they knew something was up. They turned around, head on a swivel. But the biggest thing right now, the position Optic is in and why you don't see them going crazy with, like, the strats and stuff like that. Because in Slayer, guys, once you get up 5 to 10 kills, it's all about the trades game. So realistically, you wait for the other team to engage. Even if they get one of your teammates, as long as you trade it out, a 1-for-1 or a trade, if you will, you'll win the match as long as you do that right up till the end, which is kind of what you see Optic doing, playing very slow. C9's really not finding too many kills, and that's really where it comes down to how well you can live up and how well you can bait and switch with your team. Because, again, baiting and switching, if you can do that successfully, you don't even have to trade out. You kind of just switch out with your teammate and hopefully get the kill on the other person. APG, great job getting away. C9, a little confused here. They're really not sure what to do. They're aware they're down 6. They're not quite turtling up yet, but they are slowing it down. They see Optics playing slow. They have to be very strategic, very careful about how they play this. You see Eco kind of using the look through the glass there to kind of get some intel. They really don't have much intel here. You see them shooting the grenades where Optic isn't. You don't see any pings coming up. Optic's doing a great job hiding. By now, they're able to kind of narrow down where they're at. And they're kind of aware, but they're not sure exactly and how they want to play it yet. You see Optic tries to make a move towards the corner there. They're Bound's able to find a kill on Trippy, and now they have a pretty good idea of where they are. So you see them all wrapping through to the spawn here. They know they're going to be spawning up there, and you see Optic trying to rotate out a little bit. They were aware they were a man down, so they're going to get back to their spawn man, and they're going to try to just group up and try to make a better push. You see C9 trying to kind of plan something here. It seems like not a lot's going on, guys, but this is where Halo becomes chess. C9 has closed the lead to only 5, so they're down 5 kills. So how they play this next, you get one team wipe, guys, they are practically in a tied game. They also have Skewer in their possession, guys, so they're taking it easy, they're playing slow, and they're kind of going to see what Optic gives them before they make a move. Everybody's kind of too scared to overextend or anything, because on Catalyst, it can severely hurt you if you do that. You see teams finally engaging now, opposite ends of the map, so you're not going to see any, like, big strats. If a pick comes up with this Skewer, though, it could seriously turn the tides, because they're kind of waiting for a kill, because once a team goes down to 3, it's a 3v4, that's generally when you see the push come in. You see Bound playing high up top, waiting for one to OE towards middle of the map. Lucid able to find a melee onto Eco. Sadly, Penguin misses the Skewer, goes down. Now it's 3-2 on the map. Optic, again, winning the trades. Stellar able to even it out there. However, 2v1 on Trippy, and Bound is able to find the kill. So now they cut the lead down to 4, and now they're going to go try to trade this out because APG got a kill. Unfortunately, they are not able to. So a couple kills come in there. Still a 4-point lead for Optic, 4-kill lead. Now they're going to push out, try to finish some of the damage. They see Optic moved away, they got away, so they're kind of just looking around. The only downside with Catalyst for Slayer, guys, is it is a very slow game, because if you try to play too fast and you're not able to get the kills in your favor, it can turn to a landslide very quickly. We saw at the beginning of the game with Optic killing C9 so many times. But C9, quick adjustment, that's a big thing too, guys. If something's not working, especially on Catalyst Slayer, you have to be able to adjust, and you have to be able to think about how you're going to change the pace of the game to work in your favor. Obviously, C9 able to do that as they close the gap to 4. 5 now as Formal's able to get a pick with the Skewer. I think this map would be much more interesting with an S7 over the Skewer, but that's kind of just me thinking out loud here. That's a topic for another day, of course, not in this analysis. But again, very slow, guys. C9 is going to start to feel the pressure here, because in case you were not watching the clock, we are down to 2 minutes of playtime. Formal able to find another pick with the Skewer there, but you can see Eco tried pushing up. They do have to start making the plays, and here what we just talked about, guys. Sometimes if you play a little too fast, it can lead to the game turning into a landslide. So now you see Optic back up by 8, going up by 9, APG getting a kill on Bound, and C9 is not trading anything out right now. Optic is living up, and they're finding the kills, a recipe for disaster. They're up 40-30, guys. Momentum in the series, momentum in the map, and here you go. Optic's getting heated. They're up by 11 now, guys. They're feeling themselves, and they're just kind of going to eradicate C9 the rest of the way. 13-point lead. C9's starting to get the doubt in their heads, I'm sure. Trippy, another kill, just doling out so much damage with that commando. They're trying to get the kill on him, but they don't know where he is. Here we go. The Trippy distraction, the push from behind from Lucid and whoever was next to him, and just not looking good at all for C9. And it's not even that, like... It's not even that they played bad. It's just Optic. Once they get frying, once they get ahead of steam, you got Trippy, you got Lucid, you got Formal, best fryers in the league, along with APG. Great job living up. Here we go, guys. Downhill. They're running downhill. 50-34 W. Optic goes on to win that Slayer, and just very textbook by Optic. They had the upper hand. They were in complete control of the momentum that entire map, and that really just led to C9 getting closed out probably quicker than most people thought, but Formal, Lucid, Trippy, APG, fantastic squad. Like I said, best chemistry in the league, and it really didn't shock me at all that they won that series 4-1. I thought Cloud9 probably could have gotten 2 maps on them, especially with how good they looked in that King of the Hill they won, but no luck, guys. Optic came out on top. I think that's what everybody expected. And it was a great series to watch, awesome series to watch, and that's it. That's all 5 maps, the full analysis, guys. Again, if you missed part 1, guys, that was maps 1 and 2. This one, maps 3 through 5, and that's the entire series. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you took some good things away from it, and hopefully I made enough sense where you guys were able to take some valuable things away for your own gameplay, guys. But that does it for me. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Lots of Halo content, lots of live streams. We're going to be doing some Modern Warfare 2 when Modern Warfare 2 comes out, but we are on the Halo grind right now, so hit that sub button, guys. Leave a like on the video. It does help out ever so much. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of the series. What did you take away from it? And did you like the analysis or not? Did you find it helpful? And let me know if you want to see me analyze more gameplay from other teams as well. And then finally, guys, channel memberships, super thanks, all that good stuff. If you want to support monetarily, please don't feel like you have to. But that does it for me, guys. Sorry the video was so long, but I feel like there was some valuable info from it, and hopefully it helped you guys out. That's it from me. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay tuned for the next video.